Hi animal lovers, I am Liana, the owner of Wet Noses Pet Sitting, and we are a professional pet sitting and dog walking company in northern Colorado. And today, as part of our Pet Tips series, we have Amber here with us. And Amber is a certified professional dog trainer, and she is the owner and head dog trainer at Summit Dog Training. I'm so happy you're here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So I'd love to hear a little bit about Summit Dog Training.
Yeah, Summit Dog Training is specializes in getting people out and about doing fun things with their dogs, all from a framework of positive reinforcement training. So we believe in using rewards and helping our dogs understand what it is we want them to do, all geared towards going out hiking and enjoying beautiful Colorado with our dogs.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I love that. That's
it's
awesome.
pretty fun.
So today, what is the one thing that you believe all animal lovers should know?
Sure. So when I am talking with clients, one of the things I often get asked is why their dogs are doing what they're doing, whether they're doing that out of spite or being angry about something happening in the house, or being guilty about something. A lot of these human label emotions that we tend to think about our dogs doing. And so one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, why is my dog doing this? Is it because they're mad or spiteful? And I think one of the most important things for people to understand is that their dogs aren't typically acting from that framework. Those are human emotions we think of, and think of in the context of a common thought of viewing dogs as virtuous beings. Lassie was a common dog in Walt Disney literature, and that kind of perception of dogs has permeated through our culture. If dogs can be virtuous and save Timmy from the well and guard our families from all these type of scenarios out of the goodness of their heart and loyalty, then it must follow that they also can have some negative human emotions like meanness and spite and anger and all of those things. So we typically view our dogs as we would a person and those type of human emotions.
That makes sense.
The more scientific way to look at it is from a Skinnerian point of view, where our dogs are operating not out of some higher human level emotion, but rather out of a consequence of the reinforcers and the punishers that are at play in the scenario. So things that reinforce behavior or punish behavior are really what's driving our dog's behavior.
Okay, so it sounds like instead of dogs doing things out of spiteful behavior, just because, they are doing them because there's been some sort of positive or negative or punishment, but some sort of reinforcer in their environment that's made them react that way.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so can we get a real world example of what that looks like?
Sure. So a common example of that, I see this played out in my clients' questions a lot of times, is why is my dog peeing in the house or peeing on an article of furniture like a pillow or the couch or behind the couch?
We hear that all the time.
Yes, exactly. It's a common problem. And pet owners often come to me and say, my dog is being spiteful, or they know better than to do this behavior. And that's why they are acting guilty or looking appeasing when they come home, when the owner comes home. And so a typical, from the Walt Disney perspective, yeah, it does look like the dog is sneaking off and being vindictive or mean-spirited in going and peeing on your pillow. But from a Skinnerian model, a scientific model approaching that, there's actually a lot of other possibilities for why this behavior might be occurring. For example, we often teach our dogs early on that when they are going to urinate in the house, we're going to step in and potentially scare them, or even unintentionally redirect them to outside, have some sort of punishment coming into play where we say, no, bad dog, don't do that. And that dog quickly learns, okay, peeing in front of the human is dangerous and scary, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to sneak off and pee behind the couch instead, because it's safer and I don't have that potential for a scary consequence to happen. Contrasting that, our dogs are often reinforced just for peeing. So the physical act of urinating, wherever it is rewarding. Physiological relief. It feels good. You have a full bladder.
Sure.
And exactly.
We all know that.
Exactly. You relieve yourself, and that's rewarded the behavior. So your dog that's left at home all day pees on the carpet, and that behavior gets rewarded right away. No matter what you do when you get home, that behavior has already been rewarded, and it's not so much out of spite or that the dog is potentially doing that. It's more of like, this is what gets me rewarded. I feel good when this happens. I don't have things telling me not to do it, and so I'm going to do this and operate on my environment that way.
Okay, that makes sense. So just to summarize, make sure I got it. So dogs are not doing anything out of the spite behavior or feeling. They're only doing it because there's been some sort of positive or negative reinforcement or some sort of punishment that's gone on that has made them continue to enact that behavior.
Yes.
Okay.
Typically, there are certainly medical and other physical and environmental factors that are often worth considering as well. But from the science perspective, that is how we approach those scenarios.
Okay, that makes sense. That was a great tip. I love it.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
Where can we find out more about you?
Sure. Our best way to reach us and learn more about Summit Dog Training is through our website, summitdogtraining.com, or our Facebook page, just facebook.com/summitdogtraining. And that's the best way to reach us.
That's great. Well, thanks guys. If you've enjoyed this, thanks for watching. You should follow us and subscribe and watch the rest of the videos in this series for lots more pet care tips. So we hope to see you back, and say hello to your pets for us.